Hey guys, it's Jaylen. Welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you an update on my makeup use-up goals for 2023. I talked about this in a video, which I will link up here. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know if I named it makeup use-up goals or something else. But I do want to share with you kind of what my goals are, recap what my goals are, how I've done so far the first 3 months of the year. So I'm going through March 31st. What's come into my collection so far and how I'm looking in terms of my inventory, because my goal really was to focus on not increasing my inventory numbers in several different categories. So I do have my box of makeup empties. This is an old Erin Condren box that I store all of my makeup in. I actually have 2 of these that I put my makeup empties into every year. So this is how this box is looking so far. So we're looking pretty good. I'm going to share with you my goals, how many I've used up, and if I can pull out as many of them as I can, I will out of this box to show you. And then we'll go through what I decluttered just number wise and how many items in each of those categories have come into my collection so far through end of March and where I am in terms of plus or minus positive or negative impact to my inventory. The first category are primers. I'm going to start with eye primers. My goal was to use 1 eye primer. And I did. It was a mini. It was the Too Faced Glitter Glue. It's a deluxe size, but you know, it counts because it's 1 item. So I did meet my goal there. I'm thinking I'll probably finish 1 more primer throughout the year. The next category was face primers. My goal for 2023 is to use up 10. So far I've used up 8. Now, several of them are deluxe sizes. There are 2 full sizes. I have my Becca First Light Priming Filter, as well as the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I kind of use this as a pre-primer. So those are the 2 full sizes. Then I have a ton of little deluxe sizes here. From YSL, I have the Top Secrets, like, what is this called? Instant Moisture Glow. There's, from MAC, I have 2, the Prep and Prime Skin Base Visage and the Natural Radiance Primer. These 2. From MAC, I also have the Strobe Cream. I don't count this as a highlight, like a cream highlighter, because honestly, it doesn't do anything. I think of this as a primer, so I put it in that category. From Charlotte Tilbury, I have the Wonder Glow Instant Soft Focus Beauty Glow Primer. And then I have from Makeup Forever the Ultra HD Skin Booster. I kind of use this as a pre-primer as well. So those are all the primers I got through. So I have 2 more that I want to finish this year, and I'm working on 2 full sizes. So I'm thinking I'll be able to finish both of those. In terms of sprays, I've only finished 2 so far. They're both full sizes. I'm working on a large Mario Badescu right now, but I have the Ciate Watermelon Burst Setting Spray and a MAC Fix Plus. My goal is to use 10, so I have a ways to go. I may not be able to hit that goal. We'll see. So that's all kind of like primer stuff. I put sprays in kind of the primer category. So moving on to face products, I'm going to start with cream base products. So I want to use a total of 5 foundations. So far I've used 2. So I have the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. I believe this was in the shade Ecru. And then I also finished the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin. So glad this one's done. So those are the 2 foundations I finished. Again, I want to use 5, so I have 3 more to finish. Concealers, I want to use 5 as well. So far, I have used 2. Now, this does not include anything that I've used so far in the month of April. We're like April 19th. So I do have some empties related to this in the month of April, but I'm not counting them. I'm just going through March because they're all here. Actually, I think through March, I have finished 1. I have the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm so glad this one's done. So yeah, I just have that 1 through March. For like powder products, for loose powders, I want to finish 3. So far I have 2 done. The Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. And then I also finished this Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder for under eyes. So this is a, loose powder. finished that. For pressed powders, I want to use a total of 3. I have used 2 so far. One's a deluxe size. It's the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed. And I also finished this Maybelline Fit Me powder, the matte and poreless powder. Yeah, this was not a favorite at all. I'm glad it's out. Bronzers and contour powders. I want to finish 1. No, I'm sorry. I want to finish 3. So far through end of March, I have finished 1. The Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This was a feat. I've had this in my collection for years and years and years, and it's all finished. Then for blushes, okay, so my goal is to finish 1 and to hit pan on 1. I've actually finished 3. So the first one I have is the Benefit Dandelion Little Deluxe Size Sample. I finished this last month. I also finished 2 blushes in my Hourglass palette. Now, this was finished, I think, in the month of January. So I had these two blushes here that I finished. I'd finished everything else previously, but the blushes were finished in January. So we have 3. And then in terms of hitting pan on 1, I have not hit pan on any blushes yet this year. For highlight, I don't know what I was thinking, finish 3. Maybe I should move this to a highlight category. My goal was to finish 3. I don't think that's going to happen, and hit pan on 1. And through March, I don't think I've hit pan on 1. Yeah, no, I did not hit pan on any highlighters so far. Okay, moving on to lip products. I want to finish a total of 15 lipsticks. I was going off numbers from last year, so I think this is doable, but so far I've only finished 3. The first one is a Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in Rhubarb. This is a deluxe size. I don't know if you guys want to see the empties. Then I have from Hourglass their Confession lipstick, and this was in the shade If Only. And then I also finished this Pat McGrath Matte Trance lipstick in Venus and Furs. So those are my 3 lipstick empties. I also want to finish 15 lip balms. So far I have finished 4, so not doing too bad there. From Fresh, I have the Sugar Advanced Therapy in Dream. It's deluxe size. I have a Pixie Shea Butter lip balm in Ripe Raspberry. We have the Jouer Essential Lip Enhancer. This is really lovely. I like that product quite a bit. And I also have by Chapstick their Total Hydration in Wild Acai Berry. I want to finish a total of 5 lip glosses. I have finished 1. I consider this a lip gloss. It's actually a lip gloss stick by Marc Jacobs. The Enamored Hydrating Lip Gloss Stick. And this is in One Mauve Time. I freaking love this product. It's all finished. Lovely. I also want to finish 3 lip liners. I actually met that goal already. I can't believe it. And I'm working on a couple of others to finish too. So the first one is by Jordana. It's the Easy Liner for Lips in Rock and Rose. Of course, I did not finish these from start to finish. Like they had good use on them. Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat and Pillow Talk. And from ColourPop, I have the Lippy Pencil in Dopey. Those were the 3 lip liners I finished. My goal is to finish 1 liquid lipstick. I am working on 1, but I don't have any completed yet this year. Moving on to eye products. I want to finish a total of 15 eyeliners. I've used 3 so far. This can be either pencil or liquid. So the first one I have is a liquid liner, the LA Splash Architect Waterproof Slim Eyeliner. I like this. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. And then I have 2 pencil liners. The first one is the Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline Eye Pencil in Legend. I think that's this one. Yeah, that one's all done. And then I also finished a Sephora. Wait, maybe I have 4. I have 4. Okay. This is Colorful Contour Eye Pencil. Well, maybe I didn't finish this one this year. I think I found this one sitting in a bin over here, and I don't know when it fell. I'm gonna have to look and see when I finish this. So it's either 3 or 4. Anyway, the last one I have is the Sephora 24/7, no, Colorful Contour Eye Pencil and Diving in Malaysia. This is a like blackened olivey brown. So those are the 3, maybe 4 eyeliners I finished. For mascara, I want to finish a total of 20. So far, I have 8, and there are a ton of minis here. So first, I have from Tom Ford the Badass Mascara. This was amazing. I loved it. I would consider repurchasing or purchasing a full size. From Laura Geller, I have the Lash Boss Mascara. Too Faced, I have the Better Than Sex Mascara. Benefit, I have the Bad Gal Bang Mascara. From Smashbox, I have the Full Exposure Mascara. This is probably my least favorite of the bunch, including, and as well, this Laura Geller one was awful. I also have the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This is an amazing mascara. From Estee Lauder, I have the Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplying Volume Mascara. And then lastly, from MAC, I have the Magic Extension Mascara. My goal is to finish 5 brow products. I have not finished a single one. So we'll see how that's going to go. Well, I have some goals on eyeshadows, but they're really more so around, well, I have some to hit pan and to finish, but I'll go ahead and kind of tell you about what they are. I didn't pull the palettes out, but my goal is to finish 8 eyeshadows and to hit pan on, I originally said 10, but I increased that to 40 because what the heck was I thinking? Like I have 3 palettes in my pan that palette like for this year. So I'm going to hit way more than 10 pans. Plus I have pan those eyeshadows. I increased that to 40. So far I have finished 1 eyeshadow. It's in my Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. It was a shade Base. So that is finished. And so I have 7 to go there. And then I have so far hit pan in 28 eyeshadows. They're all in palettes. I have 10 that are in my Norvina palette. I included the shade Base there because I hit pan and then finished it. I have 2 pans and 3 palettes. I'm not going to share with you 2 of them because they may be a little bit of a spoiler, but you can probably guess which ones they are. And then the 3rd palette is the Lorac Unzipped Desert Sunset, which was my Project Level Up palette for level 2. The rest of these have 1 pan. The BH Cosmetics Ghost Pepper Poison Shock, Charlotte Tilbury Easy Smoky Eye Palette, ColourPop Fame Palette, ABH Norvina Mini Pigment Palette Volume 1, BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival, Bare Minerals Bare Sensuals, Lorac Refining Romance, the Natasha Denona Purple 5-pan palette, ABH Cosmetics Absinthe, Tarte Tartlet Flirt, Ciate Pretty Fun and Fearless, and the Glamlight Hershey Kisses Special Dark. So I hit pan in all of those. It gives me a total of 28 pans so far. I'd originally increased it to 30, and then I was like, no, let's just, an additional 12 will give me 40. I'm pretty sure I'm going to surpass that, but we'll see at the end of the year or next quarter how it's looking. I'm going to put all this stuff away, and then we're going to talk about what I've decluttered so far and then what's come into my collection. All right, so I'm going to put a chart over here, and I'll scooch over a little bit so there's extra room. So you can see kind of, as I'm talking through it, you have a visual, not just my face. So I'm going to go in the same order that I reviewed the items that I finished so far. For eye primers, I have not decluttered any, and I've bought 1 through March. So that gives me a kind of differential of 0 impact to my stash. For face primers, I've used 8. I have not decluttered any, and I brought 1 in. So that means I've reduced my face primer stash by 7. Facial sprays, I've used 2. I have had 3 come into my collection. So that's an impact of +1. Foundations, I've used 2. I have purchased 0, decluttered 0. So that's an impact of -2. Concealers, I have finished 2, decluttered 0. I've brought in 0 so far. So that's reduced my concealer stash by 2. Loose powders, I have finished 2. I decluttered 1. So that means I've reduced my stash by 3 in that category, which is awesome. Pressed powders, I have finished 2, no declutters, no purchases. So that's a decrease of 2 for pressed powders. Bronzers, I have not decluttered or bought any bronzers. So with that one Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, that means I've reduced the bronzer stash by 1. This one's not so hot, but I'm actually happy with it. So I have finished 3 blushes so far, and I decluttered 4. And I'm trying to remember which ones they were, but I think there was... What blushes did I declutter? Okay, so my blush declutters were 1 from the Kosas Blush Duo, which is a cream blush duo, and 8th Muse High Intensity. It had gone bad. I decluttered an Urban Decay blush, and then I decluttered 2 of the AOA blushes last month. So that's where the 4 blushes comes from. I was like, what blushes did I declutter? So as I mentioned, I finished 3 blushes, decluttered 4. I had 9 come into my collection so far. 6 were in a NARS blush palette that I picked up at like TJ Maxx or Marshalls when I was in Florida. So that gives me an impact to my stash of +2, which is not great, but you know, it is what it is. For highlighters, I combine cream and powder products, by the way. I have not finished any. I've decluttered 1. So I had, and I bought 1, which means I had a 0 impact to my stash for highlighters. Lipsticks is interesting. I have finished 3 lipsticks so far, but I decluttered 21. And then I purchased 7 so far this year. So overall, I've had a negative 17 impact to that category, which is awesome. Lip balms, I used 4, decluttered 1, purchased 1, and so that gives me, and I think that was a gift from a friend. So that means I have reduced that chapstick or lip balm stash by 4. Lip gloss, I used 1, I finished 1. I decluttered 4, and I bought 2, or had 2 come into my collection. It's probably a better way to word it, is I've had 2 come into my collection. So that means I've reduced the lip gloss category by 3. For lip liners, I have finished 3, decluttered 0, and I had 1 come into my collection. So that gives me a reduction of 2 lip liners in my stash. Liquid lipsticks, I have not finished 1, but I decluttered 3, and I'm not purchasing any more of those. So that means I've reduced that by 3. Eyeliners, I have finished 3, I decluttered 1, but I've bought 4 so far, or I've had 4 come into my collection. I think most of those were gifts. So that or parts of like a kit. I know 1 was part of a Kat Von D set that I got at TJ Maxx. So that means I've just had a 0 impact to that category. Mascara, I have finished 8, decluttered 1 because that was that Blink mascara. It was horrible. I have purchased 1, or had 1 come into my collection. I think it was also part of that Kat Von D kit or KVD Beauty. And so I've reduced the mascara stash by 8. And then brow products, nothing's happened there. So that's how things are looking in my inventory so far through the first quarter of the year. Hopefully this was interesting. I don't know if it will be. You'll have to let me know. As I started filming this, I was like, I also need to update on how things are going with my plan to pan products. So I'll probably pull those out this weekend and film. I may not get it up until beginning of May or end of April. But we'll see whenever I have time to film and edit. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you're doing well and staying safe. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey guys, it's Jayla, and welcome back. Today I have a video where I have a video, and how many items in that, and the rest of these have 1 palette. So that's a total of 7 primers, mascara. Okay, bye.